Welcome children to Geography with Juliana, and today we are starting with Chapter 3 Physiography and Drainage. Okay, at the beginning let me just apologize. In my videos there might be a little mistake here and there, that could be slip of tongue. Okay, for example, in the last video of location and extent, where we calculated the extent of India, the longitudinal extent of India, okay, it's from 67 degrees east to 97 degrees east. That means if we need to find out how many lines of longitude are in between, we would say 97 minus 67, that is 30. But by mistake I've written 97 minus 37. So I do apologize for those little slip of tongues, as I don't read the textbook. Okay, there might be little mistake here and there. Kindly forgive me for that. Then now we start with chapter 3. For that you need your textbooks. You need to open to page 14. Okay, and as you open page 14, you find the physical map of India. Okay, I would advise you to take a screenshot with another mobile, and then you'll be able to blow it up and look out for the minute details. The details are not really clearly visible in this map. Also, I would advise you to pause the video, find the answers yourself. Okay, that's the best way of learning, by doing it yourself, and then come back for the answers, right? So we start with the questions. The first question is, in which direction does the region with an altitude of more than 6,000 meters lie in India? For that, what you need to do is look at your textbook. Now, I will not refer to my map here, which is really not very clear. This is the index. So let us read the index to find out the height. 0, that is sea level. 250 meters is shown in dark green. 150 meters to 200 meters is shown with lighter green with a little textured material. 200 to 600 is shown in yellow, which normally represents plateaus. 600 to 1000 is showed in little orangish checks. From 1000 to 1500 it becomes lighter. 1500 to 3000 they are more checkered. Okay, orangish. Then 3000 to 4500 meters become a little more orangish. 4500 to 6000 is shown in reddish color. 6000 to 8000 in dark red or brown color, and above 8000 is shown in whitish color. Okay, so reading of index is also very important part of studying a map. Now the first question was, in which direction does the region with a height of more than 6,000 meters lie? So this region is in the northern side. Okay, so here in the north of India and in northeast of India, you find regions with more than 6,000 meters high. Look for the south flowing rivers in the peninsular region. In which river basins do they lie? Again, as I told you, you will have to blow up. The map is very tiny. Frankly speaking, even I will not be able to read it clearly, but more or less I will give you the location. Okay, when you say south flowing rivers in the peninsula, you're basically talking about this region. Okay, only the peninsular region. So coming back to your map, okay, let me just blow it up, I think, a little bit. Yeah. So now south flowing rivers in the peninsular river, somewhere here. Okay, you come across river Bhima. Now I am also not very sure of the location in this particular map, because I am referring to my own textbook. Okay, and it lies, river Bhima lies in the Krishna river basin. At the same time, if you look on the top below the Satpura ranges, these are the Satpura ranges here. Okay, so below that, if you see, you'll find two rivers, Vardha and Vainaganga. And these are also south flowing rivers, and both these rivers are part, or rather they are part of the river basin called as Godavari. Okay, so these are the three major south flowing rivers in the peninsular region. In which direction is the slope of the region in the north shown in the dark green? Now this region here shown in the dark green, how do you understand the slope of the region? You have to look out for the rivers. Okay, and in which direction they flow. all these rivers are flowing in the west to east direction, and therefore this region has a slope from west to east, okay, or you may call it as eastern slopes, or rather west to east. That will be a better description. Make a list of plateaus located between the Aravalis and the Chota Nagpur plateau. Now Aravalis are located here, okay, and Chota Nagpur plateau are located here, okay. So in between, can you look out and read for those plateaus? They are quite clear. Yes, we have Mewar plateau at the foothills of Aravalis. Then you have the Malwa plateaus, the Bundelkhand plateaus, the Baghelkhand plateaus, and the Chota Nagpur plateau as we go from west towards east. Name the peak shown in the Eastern Ghats. Now when you say Eastern Ghats, you are in this region here. These are the broken ranges of the Eastern Ghat. And if you look out for the peak, okay, above Chilka Lake, you find the peak. Maybe I'll just erase this first. So you get the peak above, this is the Chilka Lake here, above Chilka Lake somewhere here. Okay, you find a peak called Mahendragiri. The next question is, which mountains demarcate the deep plains of Brahmaputra? Now Brahmaputra plains are situated here in Assam, and if you blow up your map, you will find here, okay, in this much region you'll find the Dafla hills, okay, which demarcates the deep plains of Brahmaputra. The next question on page 15 is, give the relative location of Nilgiris. Okay, now Nilgiris you'll find here in the south. Okay, then in which direction does the height of the Sahyadris increase? Sahyadris are also called as the Western Ghats. So you find them increasing from north towards south. Okay, and the highest peak, in fact, in the Western Ghats you find in this region here called as Annaimudi in the Annamalai ranges. In fact, this is the highest peak in southern India, okay, outside the Himalayas. Annaimudi in Annamalai ranges in this region here. The next question is, the Vindhya act as a water divide between which two river basin? Now, if you look out for Vindhyas, you find Vindhyas here in this region. Okay, and if you look out, you have Narmada, and below that you find river Tapi. So Vindhya acts as a water divide between Narmada and Tapi river basins. Okay. Okay, so with this we end with the physical map of India. Then we come to the next question. Observe figure 3.2 and answer the following questions. Now here you have the physical map of Brazil. Okay, and the questions that need to be answered. Now again you have to look out for the index, okay, and check the heights that are given. I'll read in my textbook because they are very tiny here. So in Brazil, there are very low lying plains also shown in blue color. So from place to place you find here. If you see here in between these plateau regions, you find very low lying plains and their height is even below the sea level. So minus 2000, minus 200 meters. Okay, then you have 0 meters, then 0 to 200 meters is shown in dark green. Okay, here basically, and here basically. 0 to 200, then 200 to 500 are this region here in lighter green. Then 500 to 1000 is in the yellow shading, which are basically the Brazilian plateaus, and 1000 meters and more. So place to place, certain places you find little more than 1000 meters. Okay, now if you look at the index of this map, you find a very contrasting characteristic of Brazil as far as India and Brazil are concerned. Brazil does not have any region more than 1000 or little more than 1000 meters, while India has very high rise mountains, even 6000 to 8000 and more meters high. Okay, so that's a very contrasting feature of the Brazilian physiography, that Brazil does not have any high rise mountains. Okay, the next question is, between which two heights? So what is the range of altitude of Amazon river basin? So this region here with dark color, and dark color is 0 to 200 meters high. Between which two highlands is the Amazon river basin located? If you look closely at your map here in this region here, okay, you find the Guiana Highlands and here, okay, sorry, there are lots of markings already over here. So I need to erase that. So this is our Amazon river basin. Here you have the Guiana Highlands and here you have the Brazilian Highlands. So the Amazon river basin lie between the Guiana Highlands in the north and the Brazilian Highlands in the south. Observe the region with an altitude of 500 to 1000 meters and describe the locational extent of this region shown in yellow with reference to direction. Now 500 to 1000 is shown in yellow color. That means we are talking about these Brazilian highlands. Okay, and as far as the location is concerned with reference to direction, they are situated in the southern part of Brazil but centrally located. Okay, to the southern part and eastern part of Brazil. So how will you write it down? It's centrally located in the southeastern part of Brazil. The next question is, what do the isolated regions shown in yellow indicate? Now, if you look at the isolated regions in yellow, here, 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 okay, these are all yellow and the height for yellow is 500 to 1000. So they are all plateau regions, okay, the isolated plateaus. The next question is, besides the Amazon river basin, where else do you find regions with an altitude of less than 200? Less than 200 means dark green. Okay, and we find them here. These are the Pantanal wetlands formed by the Parana-Paraguay river. As we study, as we advance, okay, in this chapter you will understand all these rivers, Parana, Paraguay and all that. But this region is a low-lying region here. Okay, and again the height of 0 to 200 you find here in the southern part of Brazil, which is called as Pampas. So in the Pantanal wetland and in the Pampas region you find these regions of low altitude 0 to 200 meters. Talking about Pampas, what is Pampas? Okay, in the lower classes you have studied about the grasslands in various continents. Do you remember them? Let's quickly revise. In North America, these grasslands are called as prairies. In South America, they are called as pampas. In Africa, they are called as velds. In Europe and Asia, they are called as steppes. And in Australia, they are called as downs. Okay, so that was a quick revision about the grasslands. And wheat is normally the major cultivation in the grasslands. The next question is, describe the plateau region with height of 200 to 500 meters through which the tributaries of Amazon flow in your own words. Now there are no commas, nothing over here. It's quite confusing statement, but what we understand is, describe this region now. Okay, with a height of 200 to 500, that means these are 200 to 500 is also plateau, but low plateau regions. Okay, and through which most of the rivers are flowing. So this region shown in light green. This region lie between the Amazon river in the north and the Brazilian highland in the south. These are the height ranges from 200 to 500 meters. Most of the rivers that originate in the Brazilian highlands flow northward on this plateau, indicating that the slope of this region, this plateau region is northward. Okay, so with this we end the activities on page 14 and 15. In the next video we will be discussing in detail the entire physiography of India followed by the physiography of Brazil. Till then, take care, God bless you, and bye bye, and keep studying.